Hello, everyone. So, one of the big news items covered by multiple sources is the capture and death of a North Korean soldier in Ukraine. So, what's going on there? Before everybody starts screaming, see, Ukrainians kill POWs. No. This soldier was severely wounded and died of his wounds. Ukrainians make a point to take decent care of their POWs. They feed them, they clothe them, they give them showers, they give them shelter, they allow them to call home. The reason being because they want to have them in good shape to exchange to bring home Ukrainian POWs in Russian custody, such as one of my family members. So what we know so far is that he was captured. He was the first such case, the first North Korean prisoner of war captured since the deployment of North Korean troops. And like I said, what we know is that he died of serious injuries. I don't know, nothing is said about whether he was conscious ever through the course of this. And whether he was able to provide Ukrainians with any kind of information. But I can tell you this, especially people of North Korea, you really shouldn't have done this. You have basically just wasted, thrown away, thousands of lives of your fellow countrymen. So far, the policy hasn't changed. They are promising to send more troops, and they insist that it will be difficult to prove their North Korean nationality. Really? You think so, eh? I can tell you that Ukrainians are not idiots. They've proven that over and over again. You can issue fake IDs to your North Korean soldiers all you want, but all Ukrainians have to do is speak Russian to them. I somehow doubt you were able to teach thousands of soldiers to speak fluent Russian in this short amount of time, especially if it's regional Russian and heavily idiomized Russian. So trust me, they'll figure it out. Now this is bad again for the North Koreans. There are now claims that Russians have been burning the faces of North Koreans lost in combat to conceal their identities. Once again, my question to people of North Korea is, are you okay with that? Because you realize that not only most of the troops are probably going to die there fighting the war that has nothing to do with them because some asshole had an itch he had to scratch. But also, you're not even going to get their bodies back. You're not going to know what happened to them, where, why, how, nothing. You will just be told to sit down and shut up and get with the program. And if you're okay with that, then you deserve it. This article is on the CNN website, and they're talking about a secret factory for drone production. Well, guys, if major news sources know about this, it's no longer a secret. We do know that Russia's drone and missile manufacturing has been going up. Ukrainians have been trying to keep up with it, not just by finding better ways to intercept those and bring them down, but also finding ways to nip it in the bud by attacking Russia's weapons depots, military industrial objects, etc., etc. So this particular one is supposedly located in Tatarstan. And its function is not just to produce real drones, but also to produce decoy drones that look like real ones, so that Ukrainians would waste their precious air defense resources on those. So this is designed to exhaust their resources. But we now know where it is. We have satellite images of where it is. And so I'm kind of wondering how much longer it's going to remain in operation. Just curious. Now, this article is in The Guardian, and I strongly suggest everyone, not just people living in Europe to whom this article is addressed, but everybody in the world reads this. Okay? It's an eye opener. I mean, it wasn't an eye opener for me, but it might be an eye opener for you. The author talks about the multiple methods of waging war against everybody who doesn't support Russia by Russia. So, it's not just the use of weapons, it's not just the espionage, it's not just the cyber attacks. It's also the indoctrination through literature, film, music, ballet, everything. I know it's hard to believe, but it is a thing. And getting sentimental just because Russia is a homeland of Pushkin and Dostoevsky is not going to help you here. That is not the same country anymore. Incidentally, Pushkin was not even fully Russian. He had African roots. Feel free to look that up if you don't believe me. So, everything you see, all of the reports you see about the bots, the meddling with elections, the selective support of certain candidates who push certain policies, all of it, pay attention and listen to Ukrainian people. Listen to them. Listen to what they're telling you. This is a very profound piece right there. It won't be Vladimir Putin himself invading your country. It will be hundreds of thousands of ordinary Russians who have been told for decades that your values are evil. I can read and understand Russian news. I can read and understand Russian media. They are literally telling their people that Europe and United States are filled with gay zoophiles who fuck dogs in the middle of the street. I am not joking. They're presenting this war as the war between good and evil. They're starting to use the same language as the people who unleashed the Crusades on the world. So that's coming. And in the spirit of Christmas, how many people know that Carol of the Bells is actually a Ukrainian folk song? Because this little piece talks about that. And it's not so much the song itself, but where it's being played. This is the city of Pokrovsk, one of many that have been ruined by the Russians. This is what it looks like today. This was somebody's home. It wasn't NATO headquarters. It wasn't a military factory. This was just somebody's home. And now it doesn't exist.